Hey guys, and welcome to the new episode of Full Throttle. After we showed you the controversial BMW M4, today we'll show you another a little controversial car. This is the brand new Mercedes S-Class and is the king of luxury limousines. But not everybody was too happy when the car first came out, and today we'll see why. We'll also examine the interior and see if it really is like a Tesla. And most importantly, we'll try to decide if the S-Class will remain the king of the luxury class. So, the Mercedes S-Class remains the top model in Mercedes model line. Even with the rise of the popularity of the SUVs and the big GOS coming here, the S-Class still gets the latest technology and is the leader in the model range. And in this 6th generation, we have the biggest changes we have seen in the model in years, not only on the exterior, but in the interior as well. And today we'll see why Mercedes claims that this is their most technologically advanced car they have ever made. And yes, we have to talk about the looks of the new S-Class, because just like the new BMW M4, when the pictures first came out, nobody really liked it. People are like, oh, it looks like a big A-Class. And yes, the headlights are pretty much the same as the other Mercedes models, but as you know, all car manufacturers are sharing parts these days, so that's something you'd have to expect. And yes, the new model doesn't have that German aggressiveness as the previous model, but it looks more elegant and modern, which kind of is the point of a car that's in 2021. I definitely think, just like the M4, the car looks much better in person, and I think it has enough of a road presence to justify being an S-Class. Yes, the headlights are okay, not my favorite part, but you get a brand new grille, which looks a bit like the one on the Audi A8, but it definitely breaks the usual Mercedes models look. And because this car is an AMG line, which is kind of funny for S-Class, but you can get it. You get this more aggressive bumper style with these chrome elements right here. I think overall the car looks good. It's a bit more mellow in design, not as aggressive, but definitely elegant enough to be an S-Class. And also something that's pretty cool about this new model is that you get these cool door handles that pop in and out when you want to approach the car, and they even sense that you're approaching it and they'll pop out automatically, so you don't have to do anything on your own. So even though people didn't like the front of the car, I wasn't sure about the back of it. It's just that those tail lights are way too small for a car like this, and it kind of looked like a Hyundai. But seeing the car in person, it looks okay. Yeah, it's not the most beautiful S-Class, but it kind of flows with the rest of the design, even though the tail lights are way too small and I don't think they look like a Mercedes. Even though you still get that big chrome piece here, you get two exhausts, which we'll see if they are real, but I don't really think so. And you also get a diffuser right here, which of course is totally unnecessary for a diesel limousine, but it looks good. As you can imagine, the Mercedes S-Class has a pretty big trunk. You have 550 liters, and most importantly, you can carry a human body, because this is pretty important for a model like this. Now let's check out how this diesel S-Class sounds. I really don't expect much, if anything at all, but let's hear it. It sounds like a vacuum cleaner. You definitely won't be impressing anyone at the stoplight. Just get an AMG. Let's see what's under the hood of this S400D. We have the good old 6-cylinder diesel here, which is 3 liter, and it has 330 horsepower here. If you're not a fan of the diesels, you can get the S500, which is no longer an 8-cylinder petrol, but a 6-cylinder engine with a mild hybrid system. Of course, you can still get a V8, which is now the 580, and it has around 500 horsepower. The AMGs are still to be announced, but they will have around 600 horsepower, and there is a new hybrid, the 580e, which will use a 6-cylinder engine and an electric motor. But no matter how comfortable it is on the front seat of the S-Class, this is the car that is meant for you to be driven in. And here in the rear seats is the place you want to be. Let's start with the seats. They are incredibly comfortable, and you have all the knee and headroom you could ever need. And that's even the short wheelbase version. In the long one, you get even more space. No matter how tall, big or wide you are, you will always be comfortable here. And if you spec the driver's package, you can actually fold down the front seat and you can even stretch your legs all the way for the ultimate comfort. And yes, you have all the extras you're going to need. If it's too sunny, you can always pop the blinds up, and they have this very expensive and cool mechanism. If you're too hot, you can also put the seats cooling, and if you're cold, you have heating. You also have like 10 types of massages, and you even have a vibrating one and you have a hot one, which puts the seats in heating mode, and it's very comfortable. Of course, everything here is in leather and the finest materials, and you get the same pillow you get in the front, so you can relax and not strain your neck. Of course, you have big screen in front of you, which actually mimics almost all the car functions. You can change the music, you can switch the stations and all that stuff. And what's even cool is that if you want to listen to separate music than your driver, you have 3 different media outputs, so you can all listen to your own taste. And here we have another tablet, which the car will of course hand to you, because only poor people can grab things themselves. And here you can also put the massage, you can change the music, and you can actually take this home. Unfortunately, you cannot make a phone call, but pretty much everything else you can do. And just to demonstrate to you how responsive the graphics on the screen are, check this out. For example, we have this car here, and you can even spin it like this. I'm not sure which menu is that, but it's pretty cool. And of course, here you also get the Hey Mercedes system, by which you can talk to the car to make it do various functions. For example, Hey Mercedes.
How may I help you?
I'm cold.
I'm increasing the temperature to 18.5 degrees.
Which is kind of useful, but Mercedes is integrating more functions into the system, and for example, you can connect it to your smart home, it can open your garage door and stuff like that. Unfortunately, we don't have a smart home to test it, but I'm sure people buying this car will actually have one. Another cool thing that you get is that the seat belt actually pulsates in this red light, so you can find it in the dark, and you have this metal here, which makes it even more luxurious. And another cool thing I like is that Mercedes have finally decided to give the S-Class a key that is suitable for a car like this. It's much heavier than the previous one, it looks good, and of course it's very easy to handle. And another super impressive feature, which just shows how much the cars are becoming like smartphones, is the fact that this car has a real fingerprint sensor, which allows you to log in and out of the different users you have for the multimedia system. And another super cool system is the 3D parking aid, which actually shows you everything around the car. As you can see, it's not one-to-one in real life, but it's definitely very helpful. Now you see, as I move, you can actually see how the car moves in the camera, and this can be helpful, but unfortunately it has some bugs and the cars kind of wrap around in reality. Now, there was some debate about the exterior of the car, but the interior, oh my. When people saw that you get a giant screen just like in a Tesla, they were like, ooh, Mercedes forgot how to make luxury cars, the new S-Class is gonna be trash. But the reality is that if you have been in a Tesla and then you step up in this car, you will know there is nothing alike, because this car is much more luxurious. Yes, you get the same screen, but the quality and everything else is on another level. Even the graphics too. As you can see, the screen is extremely beautiful, the way it just joins the center console. You get this metal finish around it, and you even have space behind it, which gives it a skinnier look. You also get those digital dials in front of the new steering wheel, which are extremely beautiful, and they follow the same pattern as the screen, so you get a very nice interior touch. As you can see, there are no physical buttons here except for this strip right here, which all of the buttons are touch sensitive. This means that the interior is very clean and very futuristic. And you also get very interesting layering right here. As you can see, you have one layer, you have the ambient lighting strip, and you get the climate vents here, which are very solid and expensive. The center console also feels very expensive, everything opens slowly and smoothly, and the quality is superb in every single place. You won't find one cheap material anywhere except maybe for this stock, which they could have done a little better. Even the headlight switch is moved to the door, so you get a very clean interior. Overall, I think Mercedes has done a tremendous job in making the interior of the new S-Class elegant, modern and yet futuristic while remaining the superb luxury car. The rear seats of the Mercedes S-Class are extremely comfortable. You get all the space you're going to need and there isn't a single cheap piece of plastic. You get one screen here, and check this out, because the climate control is pretty far, so you don't want to have to reach for it. You can actually use the display right here, which pops up and you get it to change the temperature if you want. You also have blinds, you have cold seats, cooled seats, all sorts of seats and anything else you're going to need. Overall here is extremely comfortable, the seats are soft, you have massages, and Mercedes has done everything they can to make this one of the most comfortable cars to be in the rear seats. Let's see how this Mercedes S-Class is like to drive. And now the first thing you notice when you climb here is that the seats are extremely comfortable. You get this nice pillow behind you and you can just sit back and relax, which is the point of the S-Class. We have the new generation of air suspension in Magic Body Control, which works even better than the previous one, and the car actually has a camera which scans the road in front of the car and gives the best possible settings so you can go over bumps with ease. And I should say that here in the bad roads in Bulgaria the car does an amazing job. Yes, you can feel the vibrations, but they're very smooth and you almost forget that you're driving over the road conditions we have here. The second thing you notice is the steering wheel. It looked a bit weird when I saw it first, but now I love it. It's very beautiful, and yes, it's a bit different from what we're usually seeing in an S-Class, but I like it. It's very futuristic, it's a lot thicker than the previous one, and it definitely looks like a fashion accessory. And yes, you get like a million buttons on it. I don't know which does what, but if you spend some time with the car, you'll definitely get used to it. These docks here are a bit cheap though, and only this part is metal, so maybe Mercedes could have done them better for the price they are asking. Now you get the digital dials here, which have a very cool 3D effect, which means that there are two cameras here that scan your eyes and you're actually seeing a 3D picture in front. And it's not just a marketing trick, you can actually see the depth here in the screen, which unfortunately you might not be able to see in the camera because it doesn't work if it's not in your eyes, but it's very cool. And you also get a million options to customize them. You can have this widescreen here, you can have your navigation, and it's extremely cool that you see it go a bit deeper than the rest of the dials. I think those are perhaps the most beautiful and high-tech digital dials you can get, and definitely much better than what you get in a BMW, an Audi or even a Tesla. Now you get another big screen here from which you use all the functions of the car. Mercedes has at least done a physical button for the sound, which thank God it's very easy to use, and you also have a physical button here for the driving modes. Unfortunately everything else is only touchscreen, but at least you get the climate vents here at all times so you can know where it is. The buttons are a bit too small, so if you're watching the road and you want to change something, it's pretty hard to hit it right, at least for me, even though you get haptic feedback, which means the screen pulsates, so it lets you know that you have hit the button. The rest of the menus are kind of look like a Tesla. You get the map here at all times, and here you can slide between the different settings. I can see Mercedes have put more effort into making the menus easier, but they're still a bit complicated. For example, if you want to use the navigation, you can press here and it goes to the menu, but every setting and every sub-menu is different, so you cannot get used to it in a way like in BMW iDrive, where everything is in the same square. But let's say that your driver and your boss behind you is chased by the mafia. Let's see how the S-Class drives. We put it in Sport Plus, which of course is extremely unnecessary for a car like this, and off we go. Actually the car has pretty decent torque, this 400D engine, and it's kind of smooth, even though yes, you can hear it's a diesel when you go full throttle. and the S-Class handles surprisingly well. It actually sticks to the road and the body roll isn't so bad. I mean, it's not a car that you want to drive sporty, but if you have to, you can definitely do it. I'm very impressed. And yes, this diesel engine, it's torquey. You can feel that it has a pull, but if you want a car that's really fast, you have to go with the AMG models. Still very impressive what this car can do. So the new Mercedes S-Class is definitely the most technologically advanced car they have ever made. Yes, the looks might be a little bit distinctive at first, but when you spend some time with the car, you definitely do get the sense that this is the future of the ultimate luxury. The interior is amazing, it's nothing like Tesla, and the quality of the materials is absolutely next level. So if you are looking for the most luxurious limousine on the market, look no further. The S-Class did it again, just don't get the diesel.